Second item being pulled from the agenda this evening is the approval of ordinance number 4819, an ordinance authorizing the submission of a proposition to the electors of the city on the question of whether term limits shall be imposed for the mayor and commissioners of the city. And with that, I would, anyone wish to make a public comment on an agenda item, feel free to step forward. I'm seeing no one. Commissioner Hill, I'll turn it over to you, sir.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, I move to adopt a consent agenda consisting of items numbered 1 through 4. Item number 1, adoption of resolution number 2425-081, resolution to approve payment of the scheduled bills listed on schedule number 12 in the amount of $5,636,364.62. Item number 2, adoption of resolution number 2425-069 on its second reading, a resolution authorizing the city of East Peoria to enter into a joint funding agreement with IDOT for the Riverside Drive and Camp Street intersection reconstruction project and related funding appropriation. Item number 3, adoption of resolution number 2425-070 on second reading, resolution authorizing the city of East Peoria to allocate Rebuild Illinois bond funds for the local portion of funds required for the Riverside Drive and Camp Street intersection reconstruction project. Item number 4, adoption of resolution number 2425-068 on second reading, resolution approving an intergovernmental agreement between the city and the county of Tazewell for animal and rabies control services as listed on the agenda for this meeting to be considered by omnibus vote.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus. Any discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Hill.
Aye.
Mingus.
Aye.
Sutherland.
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
Of all present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I move you that the items numbered 1 through 4 listed on the consent agenda be hereby approved and adopted, and the items numbered 2 through 4, having been read once by their title and having laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection, be adopted as presented.
May I have a second, please?
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioner Sutherland. Any discussion? I'm hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Hill.
Aye.
Mingus.
Aye.
Sutherland.
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
Of all present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Your Honor, I have several items tonight. Mr. Mayor, I move you that ordinance number 4822 hereto attached, an ordinance authorizing a special use for facade material on property located at 205 and 206 Eastgate Drive in the city of East Peoria, Tazewell County, Illinois, be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus.
Well, what we've got here, and we've got some Blue Nair Builder representatives here, petition of Mike Blue Nair from Blue Nair Builders. People may not know, but they've recently purchased a property across from the entrance of ICC. So the address here in question is 205 and 206. And the materials on the building would be inconsistent with an ordinance as far as relating to allow sheet metal on the buildings. So they went to the zoning board, the ZBA reviewed the details, and I don't know if anybody here on the council reviewed the packet material, but the materials are a little bit different from what you might think in the metal materials. But there's 2 buildings in question here. One that I'd call a standard storage related like building, and then the headquarters related building, and the artist renditions really made the materials and the buildings look very attractive. So the ZBA voted 6-0 for approving the facades, and so that's what we have in front of us for recommendation for approval tonight.
Any discussion? I'll just say I think it's a very sharp design, so well done. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Hill.
Aye.
Mingus.
Aye.
Sutherland.
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
Of all present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carries. You guys don't have to stick around if you don't want. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I move you that ordinance number 4823 hereto attached, an ordinance of revising the plan for the East Peoria Four Corners Overlay District be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mears.
And as you may have noticed, this one is again one of those items that are termed cleanup. And if you went through and looked at the change notifications in the document, the biggest change going throughout there was adding the word "and west." The four corner overlay district was written, and the wording that was in there always referred to East Washington. And so we have a segment of land here that also would apply to, and that's the area on just west of Main Street. And so the wording, as you may have noticed, is changed to include that. So that's really the blunt of applying the four corner overlay district to the west side of the intersection.
And those changes are outlined in red, so
Yeah.
easy to identify. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Mingus,
Aye.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you, motion carries.
Mr. Mayor, I move you that ordinance number 4820 hereto attach an ordinance providing for the sale of excess city property at 101 South Main Street, East Peoria, south corner of Main Street, Washington Street intersection be read at length by the clerk, and that said ordinance number 4820 be accepted on its first reading and be hereby adopted as presented.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Sutherland. Madam Clerk?
Whereas the City of East Peoria owns an excess parcel of property located at 101 South Main Street in East Peoria, the south corner of Main Street, Washington Street intersection, as described and depicted in Exhibit A attached here to and incorporated by reference, which is a vacant lot and hereinafter referred to as the parcel. And whereas the city seeks to sell the parcel pursuant to Section 11-76-4.1 of the Illinois Municipal Code 65 ILCS 5/11-76-4.1, which provides for the appraisal of the property by a certified or licensed appraiser, and then the sale of the property by city officials for no less than 80% of the appraised value. And the city has previously adopted and published resolution number 2425-072, authorizing the sale of the parcel under the provisions of Section 11-76-4.1 of the Illinois Municipal Code. Whereas the city has obtained an appraisal of the parcel from a properly certified appraiser that appraises a parcel at $60,000 in value, and whereas the city has received an offer to purchase the parcel for $48,000 from Jeff Graves on behalf of Main and Washington LLC, the buyer, pursuant to the purchase agreement as provided in Exhibit B attached hereto and incorporated by reference to the contract. Whereas under the terms of the contract, the buyer will also pay $1,000 in closing costs that will assist the city with payment of legal fees and the cost of the appraisal related to this transaction. Whereas the city hereby finds it is in the best interest of the city to sell the parcel as excess city property to the buyer at the price of $48,000, which equals 80% of the appraised value of the parcel. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Tazewell County, Illinois as follows. Section 1, the city hereby declares that the parcel is unnecessary for current city uses or operations, and that this parcel is hereby designated excess property of the city. Section 2, the city hereby further declares that the public interest will be best served if the parcel is sold to Main and Washington LLC pursuant to the contract at a price of $48,000 plus $1,000 for associated closing costs. Section 3, the contract for the sale of the parcel is hereby approved, and the mayor and city clerk are hereby authorized and directed to execute the contract, together with such modifications therein as the mayor in his discretion may approve. Provided, however, that the contract shall not be binding upon the city till an original executed by the mayor has been delivered to the buyer. Section 4, the mayor and city clerk are further authorized to execute any documents necessary to effectuate the provisions of this ordinance and related to the sale of the parcel and the closing on the city sale of the parcel under the terms of the contract. Section 5, this ordinance is in addition to all other ordinances on the subject, shall be construed therewith excepting as to that part in direct conflict with any other ordinance, and in the event of such conflict, the provisions hereof shall govern. Section 6, this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and approval in the manner provided by law.
Very good. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. As she read in that, we've talked about this property, and actually in more recent city council meetings, we approved the sale to list this property. And as everybody knows, or may know, I hope, it's the corner property where the clock tower used to be, right there at the corner of East Washington and Main Street, and that was taken down some time ago. And this property serves no useful purpose to the city, And so again, the appraisal of that, as she read, was what, $60,000, 80%. Jeff Graves of Maine and Washington LLC is offered, and plans to use that in the redevelopment of what we know as Town Center 1. So that's what we have.
Very good. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Mingus.
Aye.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you, motion carries.
Mr. Mayor, move you that ordinance number 4824 hereto attached, an ordinance approving the preliminary subdivision plat for the Old Bloomington Road subdivision be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus.
Again, this is, let's see, the Bloomington Road. It's right on the outskirts, well, actually, if you know Bloomington Road, where Matheny comes across from Coal Hollow, or Fay Hollow, Matheny comes back into Bloomington Road. It's just a little farther down from that intersection going back towards Shady Knolls. And so the developer, or the owner, well, it's a petition of Michael Cochran of Austin Engineering for this plat, and it went out in it's a 12-acre plot. If you looked at the details, I think, according to the plat that I looked at, it was only like broken up into 7 different individual lots. And so, again, that's in front of us tonight. The one thing that to keep in mind, or I feel that's appropriate to mention, is that in this particular case, a pre-annexation agreement would be fitting in this case in the event that we expand our city limits, either way, coming from the Shady Knolls or coming from the other part of the Bloomington Road that's in the city of East Peoria on this particular agreement.
Very good. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Mingus.
Aye.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you, motion carries.
Okay, be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that resolution number 2425-080, hereto attached, resolution approving development agreement with Frontier Hospitality Group for a new hotel project on Lot 2 in Riverfront subdivision be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2425-080 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Sutherland.
Well, everybody up here is aware of this development that we've been working on for some time on the riverfront, and details were not able to be revealed as far as other than we were entered into an agreement that we were trying to have a hotel developed. But now we're moving forward with our development agreement with the Frontier Hospitality Group for the lot, or for the area that's, some might describe it as out in front of, I always forget the,
It's down by Granite City.
Granite City. I was
Former
former
Granite
Granite City location.
Okay.
So right next to the bridge, adjacent across from the other hotel on the other side there. So again, we've been working on this for some time and now have been able to have the development agreement put in front of it. The details, the developer incentive and all the other details, and I'm not going to go through those they're in the packet, but that's what we have in front of us tonight, and recommend for approval.
Very good. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Mingus.
Aye.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you, motion carries.
Mr. Mayor, I move you that ordinance number 4817 hereto attached, an ordinance adopting a tax levy for City of East Peoria Special Service Area 2021A Valley View Knolls Water System Improvement be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus.
Okay, this is an annual requirement for us to pass an ordinance that sets up the tax levy for the Valley Views, and we have another one that follows it for a different reason, but this is the Valley View Knolls Water System Improvement Project. Back in 2021, And it was probably before that the Valley View Water Department or water governing body came to the city and wanted to come on to the city water. And so in that process, the residents were given two choices: to pay it up in advance or to pay it over a 10-year period, have that cost divided over a 10-year period. And so every year we have to pass this tax levy for that special service area, and that's what this one is for. And it pertains to those that did not pay in advance and had agreed for the assessment to be put on there, and the monies that we receive from here are used to pay for that improvement. So.
Very good. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Mingus.
Aye.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Mr. Mayor, I move you that ordinance number 4818 here to attach, an ordinance adopting a tax levy for the City of East Peoria Special Service Area 2019A Access Road 6 improvement be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Sutherland.
This one is very similar for a different reason than the one I just read, and this one has the title and name may apply 2020 or 2019A, Access Road 6. Same thing. We at the time we didn't have the funds and the buildings or businesses along Access Road 6. We're looking for the road improvement, and so a special service area was created for this area for this Access Road 6. We had two different actions on this, the original one, and then we came back and did an amendment for an original loan of $400,000, came back with another $70,250. And so all in all, this is the same thing over a 10-year period. The properties that were benefited from this road improvement have this tax levy placed on them to pay for the improvements.
Very good. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Mingus,
Aye.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
Of all present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that resolution number 2425-079 here to attach a resolution accepting and approving the lowest responsible bid from River City Roofing for the Centennial Water Treatment Building Roof Replacement Project be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2425-079 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Sutherland.
The property that I've already mentioned, which was the Centennial Water Treatment Roof, was damaged in a storm, and so we've got bids for the replacement, total replacement of the roof. The roof will be replaced with 40-year factory warranty and 5-year workmanship, and again, it will be covered by the insurance cost. The River City bid came in at $28,000.
Very good. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Mingus,
Aye.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Mr. Mayor, that completes it for me tonight.
Very good, Commissioner Hill. Commissioner Sutherland.
I have 3 things tonight, sir. Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that resolution number 2425-078, hereto attached, a resolution accepting and approving the lowest responsible bid from Knapp Concrete Contractors, Inc. for the Summit Sewer Line Repair Project be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2425-078 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus.
We have a sewer break. Actually, the sewer is gone. There's a void of sewer for a few hundred feet, and we had to, under emergency, with good cooperation from the EPA this time, mind you, that we had to get this fixed. It was not on the budget for this year, but it is now. And the bid from Knapp Construction was $380,445, and the bids went up as high as $872,580. And I'm going to say that Knapp Construction is a very good construction company. They do quality work, and the reason for the bid, so much money left on the table from one company to another on this bid, I believe has to do with this time of the year to keep their guys busy, that they're running this job at nearly no profit, just not to lose their key employees. That's how it's done.
Yeah, and to the commissioner's point, there were 5 bids that were received for this project. So, and they were obviously the lowest responsible bidder. And the EPA was very good to work with on this. It was not expected, and yet it's one of those things that happens and you have to take care of it. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Very good, thank you. Motion carries.
My second item, be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that Resolution 2425-076, hereto attached, a resolution accepting and approving the lowest responsible bid from Walker Excavating Company, Inc. for Ravine Street Water Main Rerouting Project be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2425-7076 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Hill.
This here, you know, I'm all in for replacing as much water main and sewer main as I possibly can, and I want the every year, whether I'm here in this seat or not, to have 10 to 14,000 feet of pipe being repaired or replaced each and every year, and that's still not enough to do all the pipe during somebody's lifetime. So, having said that, this here replacement was foreseen but forced on me because of the state wanting to do the Cedar Street bridge ramp reconstruction at our end, and we're paying for it right now, but hopefully somehow, since I'm not a politician, we can get reimbursed from the state somehow for doing this kind of work. I doubt it, knowing Illinois, but it had to be moved, and we're now locked in on a sewer argument about them, so this isn't over with yet.
Yeah, this is part of that Cedar Street extension, and who knows where the state's at with their project. My understanding is the delay on their end has to do with the railroad. So good luck to them working that one out. In the meantime, this is our part. So, any other discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carries.
My last item, be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that resolution number 2425-074, hereto attached, a resolution approving the bulk purchase of chemicals for the wastewater treatment plants from Hawkins, Inc. be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2425-074 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus.
This buying in bulk, as far as I'm concerned, has two benefits to us. We get a better price, and we won't run out in case there's a catastrophe or a public emergency if we keep restocking our warehoused items now.
Very good. Well said. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Mingus.
Aye.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
All present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carries.
I'm done, sir.
Very good. Commissioner Mingus.
4 items tonight, Your Honor. First item, Resolution 2425-071. Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that Resolution Number 2425-071 here to attach to resolution accepting and approving the low bids from Krumholtz Brothers Landscaping, Inc. and Tazewell County Asphalt Company, Inc., and approving engineer services for East Side Center Main Parking Lot Trench Drain Project be hereby approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2425-071, having been read once by its title and having laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection, be adopted as presented.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Yep. Excuse me.
All
Thank you,
right.
Commissioner. Yeah, thank you, Commissioner Hill.
Thank you, Commissioner Hill. This was on the agenda last council meeting, and it did not have unanimous approval, so this is back on the agenda as far as not in the consent agenda at the beginning of the meeting. This is the parking lot trench at East Side Center to help deal with the groundwater and the damage that that's causing to the parking lot.
Very good. Any discussion?
Yeah, the only thing I got to say, I was the no vote last time this came up, and the only reason that I think it's a no vote is because of it's something that it's a small job. It's not very deep. It's as small as it gets. We should be able to handle that in-house.
Very good. And I explained to you off the record why that was, but that's okay. Here we go. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Mingus.
Aye.
Sutherland,
No.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
I have 3 ayes and 1 no, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carries.
The next 2 items, Your Honor, are connected, so both have to deal with East Side as well. Resolution 2425-075, be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that resolution number 2425-075 here to attach to resolution approving low bid from Kaner Electric, Inc. for the East Side Center Electrical Line Rerouting Project be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2425-075 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioner Sutherland.
Thank you, Commissioner Sutherland. So I did not realize this until I talked to Corey this afternoon that, I guess I'll back up. We're doing some electrical work it's being caused because we're redoing the turf fields up at East Side. So Corey had an idea to move some electrical, the transistor box or whatever, from one spot to another in order to free up some space. And then while he was in the process of looking at that, he had Julie come out and mark where the electrical lines are coming in. And those electrical lines come in from basically meadows and come up and are actually routed underneath the varsity baseball diamond, so diamond 10, which is a diamond that we're redoing. So I found it kind of scary, very interesting at the very least, that there are 3 lines that carry 13,200 volts coming up. Those lines are not in conduit, they're just bare wire that are buried underneath the ground. And underneath the back, coming off the backstop of that diamond, they're only buried 1 foot and 10 inches. So there's 13,000 volts, less than 2 feet underneath the varsity baseball diamond that people have been playing on for 30 years. So
People wonder why we have electrical codes today. Just saying, it's very fitting.
yeah, I mean, you could easily dig that with a shovel and not realize
Yeah.
that you were getting that deep. So I'm not doing a real good job of wording this, but basically it started with the project to move some electrical, the transistor, and then dealing with the turf. And so it kind of mushroomed itself out to basically we're going to reroute this, but we need to pull new wire and have the wire rerun. So this is for the electrical work. This was $25,600, and the next one is Ameren's part of that project. So we're doing quite a bit of work up there with the electrical. And then full disclosure, when we do the next diamond, according to Corey, we're going to have the same conversation because there's the wires are still, we're going to have to pull those out. And the other thing, and Commissioner Sutherland's brought this up with the pipe and whatnot, we don't want to have wire underneath the turf. So if we do have to, if Ameren does have to come in, they're not tearing up our turf, they can tear up concrete, which is a little bit easier to fix. So this is the electrical portion of it, which is $25,600. The next one's going to be Ameren's portion.
Yeah, and Ameren is the transformers being relocated. So in the very near future, Corey is going back and we're getting bids while those guys are up there, knowing that also in the next project, which is on the other side, Diamond 9, that's the same issue. That's where it runs. So if we're going to do this, you might as well, instead of spending the money and redoing everything twice. So that'll be coming back before you guys in short order. But yeah, these are absolutely connected. So, but it's all good. Hey, no one got hurt in the process, and we're doing the right thing here.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
How deep is the new line going to be?
That I cannot answer, but I know the old one was less than 2 feet down.
Is it going to be in conduit too?
It will be in conduit.
Yeah.
And Corey said, because I asked him kind of a similar question, he said, if you look at that diamond, it's below the sidewalk. So underneath the sidewalk, it's probably 3 feet deep, but because of how that diamond sinks down, it's you lose some elevation there.
It does drop, that one does. So we'll get you an answer. Any other discussion?
No, I was just going to say that that was a surprise to me where that was, because I was there during the construction of most all of East Side, and when they told me about that, I was honestly surprised. But I will say that you're more than likely to dig a hole outside of the field than you are in the middle of the field. So just as long as the engineers got good reason to move that line outside from underneath of the field, other than being turfed, right? That's the only
Yes.
reason?
Yeah, and you have a drainage system and everything else on the turf, not to mention the
Yeah.
wall, so.
Yeah, and that ground up there is pretty hard. It would be not impossible to bore, but I hope that somebody thought about that, because if I'm going to dig a hole, it's not going to be in the middle of the field. It's going to be outside of the fence area. I'm done.
Very good. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Mingus.
Aye.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you, motion carries.
Next item, Your Honor, 2425-077. Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that resolution number 2425-077 here to attach, a resolution approving quote from Ameren, Illinois for installing new electrical transformer at East Side Center be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2425-077 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioner Sutherland.
Thank you, Commissioner Sutherland. So as I said, this is Ameren's portion of it, which is to move the transformer. Total cost $16,241.73.
Very good. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Mingus.
Aye.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you, motion carries.
Last item tonight, Your Honor, is ordinance number 4816. Mr. Mayor, I move you that ordinance number 4816 here to attach, an ordinance updating provisions related to the vehicle impoundment notice and hearing procedures under Chapter 11 of Title 11 of the East Peoria City Code, be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioner Hill. Mr. Mayor, I'll let you explain this a little
Actually,
bit.
we're going to let Scott explain this.
All right, we'll let
How about
Scott
that?
explain this. All right.
Fair enough, fair enough. So this just, in working with the police department, we've been assisting them with the impoundment provisions under the city code, basically we call the tow ordinance. When the police department has reason to tow a vehicle from an arrest site when there's not a driver available, typically is the situation. And we're essentially in this situation, we're just aligning the city code with state requirements, which actually are a little more expansive and a little easier to follow than what we have in our code. So this is just making it clearer and following, giving the city a little more time to provide notice to the vehicle owner that they have an opportunity for a hearing when their vehicle is towed.
Very good.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carries.
That's all I have tonight, Your Honor.
Very good. Public comment. Only one guy out in the audience. Anyone wish to address the council, please step forward on a non-agenda item. Nope, not seeing anyone. All right, comments from the council. Commissioner Hill.
I have nothing tonight.
Well,
Nothing.
everyone's kind of on the quiet side. That's okay, too. All right, thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Sutherland.
Well, I got two things. I hope everybody went out and voted today. And the reason that I pulled my item out about putting possibly on the ballot term limits is because of Commissioner Decker is gone, and I would prefer to have all the commissioners here to voice their vote or non-vote. That's it.
Very good, thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Mingus.
I have nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Car seat checks?
Are
I think
we?
there was one on the
One
board
tomorrow.
when I came in.
Is it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Chief?
Yeah, there's one tomorrow, then it'll shut down.
Okay.
Yeah. Tomorrow down at Central House, 201 West Washington, from 1 to 4 p.m. Car seat checks, free. So get your safety of the crumb crunchers there. Make sure you got them installed properly. So great program that we have. And then there will be a pause in it until when, Chief?
Weather dependent, but usually December, January, and February, we do not.
Okay.
But at any time, someone can call Central House, and we can take them on an individual.
Okay. So, yeah, I'll repeat that. So typically, we don't provide them due to weather, December, January, and February, but the chief pointed out that anyone can call at any time and schedule them. So just know that's an option. Just heads up, Saturday, November 23rd is the 40th Parade of Lights. I know we'll have another council meeting prior to then, but this year's time, it will not start at 6. It starts at 6:30 p.m. We've got that advertised. That will be televised as well. And then just a reminder on open burning of trash. That is allowed only through Tuesday, November 26th, because of the holiday. So that will close down a little early. And I do like to remind people, especially now we've got rain, so it's not as dry, but between the wind and the dry weather, pay attention because we may have bans on any given day. So, and then last but not least, and staff this morning, Rick Smonsky mentioned the East Washington resurfacing. That's going to transpire within the next week or two. So we'll have lane reductions during those improvements, and no different than Springfield Road. Be patient with us, and I promise you, you'll be really pleased with the outcome. So, and that's all I have. So I'd seek a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we adjourn until Tuesday evening, November 19th, 2024, at 6 p.m.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus. Roll call.
Commissioner Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. We're adjourned until we meet again.